T.C. Winston Rehabilitation Commissioning. Now I request the girls to garland the guest of honor. Of this renowned institution, Mr. Ashwini Sharma.
The Second Secretary, Head of Chancellery, Indian High Commission, Mr. Sukanta Sharan Sahu. The President of TISI Sangam Fiji, Mr. Sanmagam Gounder. The CEO, TISI Sangam Fiji, Mr. Janaran. My team from the Ministry of Education Headquarters, Asset Management Unit and the Divisional Staff. The Principal, Penang Sangam High School, the School Manager and the Management Team. The Head Teacher, Penang Sangam Primary, the School Management and the staff. Members of the School Management Board, distinguished and invited guests, teachers, students, parents, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, namaskaram. Nisambula Vinakara, very, very good morning to you all. Indeed, it's a very good morning. It's always a pleasure coming back to the West. And I have a few reasons for that. I belong to the West and it always gives me an opportunity to come back home. So West is my home, though I live in Suva. So any opportunity that allows me to come and visit the West, meet my people, it's just awesome. So thank you very much. MC and Madam VP, thank you very much for your words of welcome. And indeed, I'm delighted to join the Second Secretary, Head of Chancellery, Indian High Commission, here this morning at your very, very fine institution for the T.C. Winston Rehabilitation Commissioning for Penang Sangam Primary and Secondary School. Before coming here, I was quickly briefed that your school sustained a lot of damages. The primary school was totally gone. The secondary school sustained major damages. And today we are all gathered here to celebrate the commissioning, but at the same time, we cannot forget why we are celebrating this. We need to understand why. Why this celebration? So while we celebrate, we also need to think about how we are impacted by natural disasters, how we are impacted by climate change. Okay, so as students, as educators, as being part of the education system, it is very important for us to be aware of how severe cyclones or natural disasters can be for us here in the Pacific. Nobody ever dreamed that we could encounter a cyclone such as T.C. Winston. And when T.C. Winston struck Fiji, I think we took it very lightly. And after the cyclone, when we saw the damages, it made us realize how badly Fiji was affected in 2016. And we are here in 2019, around 2.5 years later, still trying to rebuild. We are still rebuilding. We may have rebuilt buildings. You may have rebuilt your homes through your own self-assistance from others. But at the same time, are we ready for another? So there's a lot of things that we can do to mitigate the damages of natural disasters, and I'm sure the teachers here will be able to equip you with better knowledge about what you and I can do as individuals. Okay? What we as a government can do to ensure that our communities are better prepared should any natural disaster, whether it's a flood, whether it's drought, whether it's a cyclone, strike our country again. So ladies and gentlemen, before I begin, once again I'd like to thank the students for the wonderful prayer that they gave when we started our program this morning. And we really want our schools to practice multiculturalism. And today you just set the scene for that. We had prayers recited by our students in all, well, I wouldn't say all faith, but we will encourage that. We like to encourage that in our school. Thank you very much for that. And the management for encouraging that to happen in your schools. To the students who sang the national anthem, thank you so much for that. You sang it with pride. Remember, our national anthem is not just to be sung and just sung like that. It has to hold meaning for you. So it's very important that we understand what the national anthem, what is it that you are singing, and that you are singing it with pride. Right? As Fijians, as proud Fijians, we all need to sing our national, and actually not only sing it, but live by the words of the national anthem. So thank you very much, students, for that. Then that brings me to another thing that we want to encourage, or we are encouraging in our schools, and that is teaching of conversational Hindi and Vasavakaviti. That's very important. So I'd like to plead with the teachers to take this curriculum very seriously. if we are to bridge language barriers within our community, if we are to build better bonds with other cultures of people living or even studying in your classrooms here, we've got to understand each other's language. We've sort of adapted to English as our medium of communication, but that doesn't mean we forget our mother tongue. So please follow that curriculum. And the fruits of this we may not see today and tomorrow, but when our children grow up and when they're able to converse in each other's languages, they will be able to probably build a society better than what we have today. Okay, so conversational Hindi and the teaching of Vasavakviti, the principals and the head teachers around, and to all the stakeholders that are present here today, at the Ministry of Education, at the government level, we encourage children to learn each other's languages, and we will take that very seriously. So thank you very much for that as well. And also congratulations to the teachers, to the principal. I'm aware you're a newly head of school, and I'm sure you're doing just that. To the divisional heads, the instruction given is to make sure that we guide and mentor our newly heads of schools, so they are in par with what's supposed to be happening in the school. So congratulations to the former principal and teachers who worked hard to bring this school to where it is today. Not only the primary school and both the primary school and the secondary school, and also to the current set of teachers. You have a benchmark. I've looked at your external exam results. There's still room for improvement. While you are in the top performing schools from the country, there's a lot of things that can be done. Engage with parents, that's very important. Okay? Engage with parents. Please ensure that the parents know what's happening in the school with their children, whether it's disciplinary, whether it's academic, whether it's health, whether it's sports. Parental engagement is very important. So do that and keep up the good work that you do. Coming back to today, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we are still rebuilding Fiji. People are still rebuilding their lives. We are rebuilding buildings. People are rebuilding their businesses, their farms. Okay? And it's going to take some time for us to do that. But what happened to you when your school got blown away is only you felt it. Okay? I can stand here and say, well, you were housed in the technical colleges and stuff like that. But T.C. Winston really created havoc in Fiji. Displaced people, destroyed homes, food crops, gardens. Everything and anything was damaged, and you were affected. People in the West were affected. Okay, so I'm sure you will celebrate the opening of your new buildings with the kind generosity and partnership of the Indian government. So, ladies and gentlemen, can I ask us to put a big round of applause for the Indian government for coming in support. For coming in support and assisting, standing by the Fijian government in times of our need, and India is indeed a true friend of Fiji. Mr. Sahu, thank you very much. Please take back our words of appreciation and appreciation of the students and the community to our new Indian High Commissioner. And she really wished to be here, but she has got a prior engagement. And of course to the Prime Minister and the people of India for the kind generosity. And on Monday we were at yours is not a remote community, right? So on Monday we were in the remote highlands of Navaidomba in Nandi. And this time we were with the Australian High Commissioner to Fiji to celebrate, of course, another commissioning of our teachers' quarters there. So like the Indian government, like the Australian government, a lot of international partners came on board, a lot of NGOs came on board, a lot of individuals came on board, a lot of faith-based organizations came on board to assist the government in helping rebuilding Fiji after T.C. Winston. And as mentioned, there are 20 schools. If I look back at your school, the rehabilitation cost for Penang Sangam Primary School stands at $1.548 million. $1.5 million, that's a lot of money. For the Penang Sangam High School, the cost of rehabilitation was around 1.7 million. So in total, there's close to about 3.1 million, I stand to be corrected there, that has been spent to rehabilitate both Penang Sangam Primary and Penang Sangam High School. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we need to appreciate people. And I want each student sitting here today to give a silent thank you to our partners who have made, who has brought this day to us to celebrate. And again, as mentioned by Mr. Sahu, Fiji and India share a very strong and enduring bilateral relationship, and I wish we will continue in the coming years. Thank you very much for that. In terms of schools damaged during T.C. Winston, 434 schools sustained various levels of damage. Some were slightly damaged, some were partially damaged, some were totally damaged. And like I said, we have managed to complete a majority of those schools. So under the Fijian government's Adopt a School initiative, the Indian government took over 20 schools. And I'd like to put on record and mention the schools that were adopted by the Indian government, yours including Kornumbu Sanatan School, Nakovandra High School, Navite District School, Navodisea District School, Nukuloa College, Nukuloa Sanatan Dharam School, Penang, yours, Penang Sangam High and Primary, Raki Public School, Ratu Apenisa Memorial, Sarava Sanatan Dharam School, Shastri Memorial, Somalevu Catholic School, Vunindawa, SD Primary School, Vunisamaloa Sangam School, Wanimbuka District School, Wanimbuka Junior Secondary School, just to name them. So that's quite a large number of schools where Indian government has partnered with the Fijian government to help us rehabilitate that. So out of the 18 schools, 14 are completed, which includes you. For the rest of the 3 schools, work has progressed up to 60%. Only one school in the Northern Division, the tender has been re-advertised, and hopefully we are able to start construction in that school. And to date, ladies and gentlemen, the Fijian government alone has spent more than $250 million for rehabilitation works in our school, and that's a lot of. And the whole idea behind that is to build back better. You know, when the schools were damaged and when assessment was done, it was found out that a lot of schools that were built in the past, they were built long years ago, built by management, built by communities, very much appreciated the role that the management and the faith-based organizations had played in establishing these schools. But we did find out that a lot of schools were not built to standards. So now T.C. Winston actually has revealed to us that we have some very weak schools. And maybe come the next cyclone, God forbid, if we are stuck by another tropical cyclone, T.C. Winston category 5, we may have buildings which will sustain damages. So there's always lessons to be learned. So what we have learned from this rehabilitation work, whether it's hospitals, whether it's school buildings, whether any building, we need to build it better. We need to have buildings that can withstand category 5. Category 5, maybe category 6, who knows? We don't know. So we are building, it's taking us some time for us to complete a few buildings that are left, but we surely and definitely are going to build buildings that will stay, so that your lives are not affected, your education is not affected. Okay? And likewise, the same is done for homes that needs to be built now. So again, at this juncture, I'd like to acknowledge once again all the kind support of our overseas donors, international, regional organizations, everybody and anybody who is still assisting us, as individuals, as a government, to make sure that we get our lives back on track. And with the Ministry of Education, what we are trying to do is we are trying to review our maintenance handbook, right? And also review of the education in emergency policy, and we are also adopting Build Back Better principle for all future constructions, right? And again, coming back to your school, just a brief mention, I'm very impressed with the achievements of both the primary and the secondary schools. So I'd like to thank all the students, all the teachers, all the parents, the community, well-wishers, and everybody in this division. You have an impressive academic record, very impressive academic record set by the former students. So the challenge for the new teachers and the current students is to raise the standard, raise the bar. You are not second to anybody. Normally, when we talk about schools, we talk about General College, we talk about Xavier College. I'm proud to be a student of Xavier College. But Penang Sangam, you are no less than anybody else. You have set a very high benchmark in this division, right? And you have to take that to another level. That will be another achievement. So the challenge to your new principal and the head teacher, please guide and motivate your teachers. We have a lot of young teachers coming in the system. We have new leaders coming in the system. You have to leave a mark. And how do you do that? Keep on with your professional development. Be humble, keep learning, okay? And always be a guide and a mentor and a support, not only to your staff, but also to the students as a whole. I really expected a lot of parents to be here because I wanted to engage with the parents as well, because parents also play a very important role in the education system. I've always said that we have to work together. When something happens, quickly blame the teachers. When something happens, quickly blame the head of school. When something happens, quickly blame the education ministry or the education minister. I've said it many times, let's stop that. Let us all take responsibility for our children. Their welfare, their education, their safety, everything and anything, starting from our little children in kindergarten, to those in the primary school, to those in the secondary school, and to those that go in the upper tertiary education. Parental responsibility should always remain parental responsibilities. Teachers, you need to be a bit vigilant in your schools now. Students' attitudes are changing. The behavior of students are changing. The expectations of the community and the students are changing. Okay? So please, during your time with the students, be extra vigilant. Try to understand your children. Pick out behavior that you think is abnormal, okay, and address it. And I'm sure you are well versed with your training to do that. And finally, I'd like to also thank our contractors, Coke Construction, for the timely completion of the renovation work. This project has taken over probably close to 2 years. But if you look around, you see the building, I'm sure we all are proud of what has been achieved over these 2 years. And so again, let's come back to today. Celebration, yes, very much. You need to celebrate. Okay? You need to celebrate, but at the same time, you need to take note of lessons that we have learned. Lessons from T.C. Winston. Right? And to the students, I urge you to make the most of this beautiful facility. You are lucky. As we travel across the country, as we travel across Fiji and the maritime areas, we still have schools that need a lot of work to be done. So we are doing a infrastructure audit to see what schools need to be prioritized, what buildings need to go down and what new buildings need to be built. So obviously we need to plan for the future, and we are just doing that. Okay, so on that, and again coming back to the students, you are our future. That's very important. Right? And you must take ownership of your country as well. From a very young age, we need to teach and guide our children, because it's not just the saying that youths of today will be leaders of tomorrow. We really need to develop our young people to be those leaders that will come and take the country forward when probably we are gone. Okay? And to the teachers, I hold a lot of respect for you, because I've taught in the secondary school system for 23 years. I understand your challenges. Sometimes things don't go the way we want, okay? I will always be your colleague. Though I'm your minister, I'll always be your colleague. And feel free to raise your issues with me. I've never stopped people from raising issues with me, okay? And I understand you may be frustrated about certain things, but we can always talk and resolve those issues, okay? And you have a mammoth task, teachers. You have a very noble and a very mammoth task of building a firm foundation of the children that you are entrusted with, and I'm sure you will do justice to that. And remember, the teachings that you give to our children today will have a great impact of not only in the Reki Reki community, but wherever these children go out and make a mark. To the students, let me just remind you, year 13 students, a very crucial year for you. There are 970 topper scholarships available for you. And I would really wish to see a lot of Penang Sangam High School year 13 students grabbing those scholarships. Topper scholarship. Try to work hard. You still have a lot of time now. And be the topper of Fiji. And of course, you take away a lot of burden, financial burden from your parents when you receive topper scholarship. Okay, so the year 13 students, I will wish you all the best now. Very early wishes. But remember, we are looking up to you to ensure that you make a mark for this institution this year. To the management and the school community and the parents and the guardians, again, please celebrate the lives of your children. Please celebrate who they are. Maybe you have children who do not do academically well. Do not push them, but see how you can guide them to use the talent and the potential that they have. We can't have everybody becoming doctors and lawyers and all those. There are a lot of skills available in our children. That's where the technical colleges come in. So now you know that we have transferred our technical colleges to the Fiji National University, okay? Just to up the quality of things. Quality at the end of the day is very important. You may pass year 13 with 200 marks. You may pass, but we want quality passes. Okay? How do you get that quality passes? The efforts of your teachers, your own effort, discipline and commitment towards your study, your aim and goal, what you want to become, that should help you with that. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for having us here. And I'll ask you to join me once again to put a big, big round of applause for everybody and anybody who has made this project a success. So, thank you very much. Stay safe, stay healthy, be good, and God bless you and God bless our beloved country. Thank you.
Ready? Set? Okay. Beautiful. You're gonna stay here for the next 4 or 5 years. It's gonna be your school. Beautiful. Thank you, student. Okay, great. Thank you.